When you think of smartphones, what brands immediately spring to mind? For many, Apple is the name that dominates the conversation. It's synonymous with innovation and a certain level of prestige. We think of sleek design, iconic branding, and a cult-like following that snaps up every new release. Apple is the rock star, selling not just devices but a dream of simplicity and elegance. It's a seamless, premium ecosystem that millions aspire to join, where devices work together in perfect harmony. But while Apple basks in the spotlight, commanding attention with every product launch, another giant, Samsung, quietly dominates the global market, often without the same fanfare. Samsung is the silent titan, a force to be reckoned with. It's less flashy but unmatched in reach and scale, a true powerhouse of production and distribution. While Apple focuses on a few high-end products carefully curated for a specific audience, Samsung offers a device for everyone, everywhere, catering to a vast spectrum of needs and budgets. From budget phones in rural India, connecting communities for the first time, to cutting-edge foldables that push the boundaries of what a smartphone can be. This isn't just a rivalry about selling phones, it's a clash of philosophies. It's about influence, manufacturing prowess, and vision for the future of technology. Samsung's strength isn't just in its Galaxy phones, as impressive as they are. It lies in the components it builds for itself, giving it a level of vertical integration that few can match. And even for Apple, highlighting a complex relationship at the heart of the tech world. Beneath the public battle, Samsung is both competitor and enabler, a crucial player in the global supply chain. It's supplying key parts for its rivals, helping to power the very devices that compete against its own. The real story is how Samsung's broad, quiet strategy, a long-term game plan executed with precision, made it the world's largest smartphone manufacturer, a position earned through relentless innovation and strategic partnerships. It achieved this not by outshining Apple in every marketing campaign, but by outbuilding it in terms of sheer production capacity and component mastery. Apple's walled garden is exclusive and polished, a carefully curated experience for its loyal customers. But Samsung's open field is vast and accessible, welcoming users from all walks of life. This fundamental difference explains a lot about their respective successes. It shows how Samsung conquered the world, one device at a time, not with flash, but with sheer presence, a ubiquitous force in the global mobile landscape. As we dig deeper, you'll see how Samsung's approach, its quiet dominance in manufacturing might, change the tech landscape forever. Let's unpack how the silent titan became the unseen emperor, shaping the world of technology from behind the scenes. To truly understand the immense power that Samsung wields in the global market, you need to look beyond the sleek smartphones and cutting-edge gadgets that often grab the headlines. To grasp the full picture, we have to go back to its humble roots as a 1930s trading company, a far cry from the tech giant we know today. It's a story of transformation and strategic foresight. Over the decades, through strategic diversification and relentless expansion, Samsung evolved into a chaebol, one of South Korea's powerful family-controlled conglomerates. This meant venturing into a vast array of industries, from the construction of massive cargo ships in its shipyards, to providing comprehensive insurance services, showcasing a remarkable breadth of business interests. This incredible diversity provided Samsung with the resources, stability, and perhaps most importantly, the patience to think long-term, to invest in ambitious projects with distant payoffs. But the real secret to Samsung's dominance lies in its mastery of vertical integration. Samsung doesn't just assemble phones like many of its competitors, it designs and manufactures the critical components that make those phones work, including the vibrant screens, the lightning-fast memory chips, and the powerful processors that drive their performance. This level of self-reliance translates to faster innovation cycles, allowing Samsung to push the boundaries of technology at an accelerated pace. It also gives them better control over costs, optimizing production processes for maximum efficiency, and ensures a steady and reliable supply of top-tier components, giving them a significant competitive edge. Apple, by contrast, excels at hardware and software design, but it relies on a vast global network of suppliers, which includes Samsung itself, for many of the critical parts that go into its devices. Consequently, when global component shortages or supply chain disruptions occur, Apple is more vulnerable and feels the squeeze. Samsung, on the other hand, being its own best customer, naturally gets first priority and access to its very latest and most advanced technology. This vertically integrated manufacturing empire allows Samsung to experiment with new technologies and designs, and to rapidly scale new features and innovations at a pace that others simply can't match, giving them a distinct advantage in the market. Samsung is far more than just a phone company. It's a component manufacturing powerhouse, a key supplier of essential technologies, fueling not only its own diverse range of products but also those of its competitors, solidifying its position as a dominant force in the tech world. This robust and multifaceted foundation is the engine that drives Samsung's global dominance, powering its success across numerous industries and markets. Ultimately, vertical integration provides Samsung with a level of resilience, agility, and control that few companies in the world can rival, and that is the solid bedrock upon which its entire global strategy is built. Apple's approach is simple, a strategy built on crafting a singular premium experience. Make the best phone, sell it at a premium, focusing on quality and design above all else. And let the brand do the rest. Let the reputation for innovation and exclusivity drive sales. But this leaves billions priced out, a significant portion of the global population, especially in emerging markets, where affordability is a key factor in purchasing decisions. Samsung's answer? A completely different approach, a phone for everyone, a strategy of inclusivity, aiming to capture every possible customer segment. From flagship Galaxy S and Z series, packed with cutting-edge technology and premium features, to the budget-friendly A, M, and F lines, offering essential smartphone functionality at accessible prices. Samsung covers every price point and market need. They ensure there's a device for every budget and requirement. In places like India, where most can't afford an iPhone, due to high import taxes and the general cost of living, Samsung's affordable models dominate, providing access to smartphone technology for a vast population. This strategy builds brand loyalty from the ground up, creating a strong foundation for long-term success. Users start with a budget phone, often their first smartphone experience, and can upgrade within the Samsung family as their needs grow, fostering a sense of familiarity and trust. By saturating every segment, from entry-level to high-end, Samsung becomes the default Android choice for much of the world, establishing a powerful ecosystem. Apple's focus creates exclusivity, a sense of prestige and belonging for its users. Samsung's breadth creates ubiquity, making its devices a common sight across the globe. It's a funnel that captures users at every stage of life, from students to professionals to seniors. For most outside Apple's ecosystem where iOS is not the standard, Samsung is the obvious choice, offering a wide range of options and a trusted brand name. That's how you win the world by volume, by catering to the diverse needs of a global market. Apple perfects. Samsung experiments. Apple waits for new tech to mature, then delivers a polished version. Think OLED screens or fast charging. Samsung, meanwhile, pushes boundaries, sometimes clumsily but always boldly. They pioneered the phablet, curved displays, and were first to mass-market foldables. Not every risk pays off, but their willingness to try means they often set trends others follow. The foldable revolution? Samsung made it real, iterating through early failures to dominate a market they created. Their relentless innovation keeps the brand exciting and ensures their flagships always have something new. If you want the latest hardware, Samsung delivers it first. Apple refines the present. Samsung builds the future one bold step at a time. This fast-paced approach attracts tech enthusiasts and keeps Samsung at the forefront. Innovation, for Samsung, is about action, not just perfection. Here's the twist. Samsung and Apple are rivals but also business partners. While their marketing teams battle, Samsung's component divisions quietly supply Apple with critical parts. The most important? OLED displays for iPhones. Samsung's quality and scale are unmatched. Even as Apple tries to diversify, Samsung remains the go-to for screens and memory chips. Every iPhone sold sends money back to Samsung. This dual role as competitor and supplier gives Samsung steady revenue and unique industry insight. They know what parts rivals are ordering, letting them anticipate trends. Samsung profits whether you buy a Galaxy or an iPhone. They don't just compete, they power the competition. Apple's marketing is globally consistent, minimalist, emotional, and universally premium. Samsung takes the opposite approach, tailoring campaigns to local cultures, celebrities, and values. In India, Samsung partners with Bollywood stars. In Korea, it highlights cutting-edge tech. This flexibility lets Samsung connect personally with consumers everywhere. They sponsor local teams, adapt promotions, and work with regional retailers. Apple controls its brand through uniform stores Samsung adapts, achieving deeper market penetration. By speaking the local language literally and figuratively, Samsung builds trust and relevance. Their strategy is mass appeal through local respect. That's how you win hearts in every corner of the globe. The smartphone war is just the beginning. Samsung's real ambition is a connected universe. While Apple's ecosystem is deep, Samsung's is broad, spanning TVs, appliances, and smart home devices. Through SmartThings, Samsung aims to link everything in your home, from your fridge to your phone. Imagine your TV, washer, and phone all working together seamlessly. This creates a powerful lock-in. The more Samsung products you own, the better they work together. Apple's ecosystem is about personal devices. Samsung's is about your entire environment. This expansive vision could give Samsung an edge as the Internet of Things becomes reality. Their goal? To be the operating system for your whole home. It's a strategy that builds loyalty across every room, not just your pocket. Samsung's connected universe is the next frontier. The tech war boils down to volume versus value. Samsung sells more phones than anyone, thanks to its all-segment strategy. If success is measured by reach, Samsung is the global champion. Apple, however, dominates profits, capturing most of the industry's earnings with fewer, pricier devices. Their brand commands loyalty and prestige, extracting maximum value from a smaller audience. So, who's winning? It depends on your definition. Samsung wins in breadth, powering billions in developing nations. Apple wins in depth, owning the high-end, most profitable segment. Samsung's influence is measured in reach, Apple's in desire. It's not about one being better. Each chose a different path to the top. One paved with volume, the other with value. Both are giants, shaping the industry in their own way. The real winner? The consumer, with more choice than ever. Apple is the star, commanding attention, setting trends, and defining premium. But behind the scenes, Samsung built an empire on diversity and accessibility. By making a phone for every pocket, Samsung achieved global saturation Apple can only dream of. Their true power lies in manufacturing, building not just phones, but the components that power the entire industry. Samsung is the silent partner to its own rivals, profiting from their success. Vertical integration gives it unmatched speed and resilience. Samsung doesn't just play the game, it owns part of the stadium. The Apple-Samsung rivalry isn't zero-sum, both shape the tech world through opposing philosophies. Apple wins hearts and profits in wealthy markets, Samsung wins the world by volume and influence. While Apple shines in the spotlight, Samsung remains